Hi there, this is Natasha. I'm a crochet tutor and designer at My Creative Butterfly. I teach crochet through my courses, classes, and patterns not just as a hobby but also as a tool that will help you become more mindful in everything that you do in your day to day life. I have a crocheting experience of more than 25 years and I have taught over 5,000 students globally. You can find me on all social media platforms by the name My Creative Butterfly. Welcome to my channel, and if you like what you learned today, don't forget to like and subscribe. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to crochet this pretty minimalist Valentine's Day frame. It is not just suitable for Valentine's Day, it is a perfect decoration for your home in any season, and it will also make a very pretty gift for housewarming or for any special occasion. It is pretty simple to make, and if you are intermediate crocheter or advanced level crocheter, this is the perfect project for you. It works out very quickly and requires very few materials, which if you are a crocheter you probably have at home. So without wasting any more time, let us see how to crochet this pretty Valentine's Day roses frame. So let us go through the tools and materials that you'll need in order to create this pretty Valentine's Day frame for yourself. So we'll start with the thread. So I'm using a size 10 100% cotton mercerized thread. I'm using three colors: red, pink and green. Green is for the leaves, red is for the big roses and pink is for the small flowers. If you want, you can customize and change the colors as per your preference. With this, you'll need a 1.5 mm crochet hook. I'm using a clover hook. I got this as a set from Amazon. With this, you'll also need some pearl beads. I'm using half pearls. These are acrylic half pearls, and these are 4 mm. If you want, you can use bigger or smaller, whichever is available to you. The number will depend upon the size of pearls that you are using. With this, I'm also using a tweezer because this helps in picking up the beads, because you can see I have long nails, so it becomes very difficult to pick up the beads and place them where you are supposed to glue them. So it is a good idea to use a tweezer. With this, you'll also need sharp pair of scissors for cutting off the thread for finishing off all the crochet pieces that we'll make. And I'm using a 9.5 inches by 9.5 inches square frame. This I got from Amazon. The outer length width is 9.5, and the inner one is 7.5. So you can use a bigger or smaller frame depending upon what type of frame you want. It is very easy to customize whatever we'll be doing today in this tutorial. So feel free and experiment with it as much as you want. So other than this, I'll also use a black paper. I've already drawn a heart on it. So for drawing the heart, it is easier if you just cut off the heart on a rough piece of paper like this, and then I just placed it on the paper here and I just traced the outline, so it becomes easier to get a symmetrical heart if you do it like this. So here the outline of the heart is ready, and we are going to paste everything on this, and then we are just going to frame this paper. I did not have a cardstock, so I've just used thin paper. It won't matter because anyways we are going to frame it. So if you want, you can actually stick this paper to the back of the frame on this hardboard, this MDF that you have, so that it becomes more sturdy. It depends on your preference actually. So this is all you'll also need some glue. So I'm using a good quality fabric glue. If you don't have a fabric glue, don't worry about it. You can use any school glue that is available with you. This will be used for gluing the half pearls and the crochet pieces on the heart here. So this is all the tools and materials that you will need. Now let us see how to crochet each and every piece that we'll be using to create the heart. So let us start with crocheting the roses first. So you are going to need 3 such roses for making the heart. This rose is made in 2 rows, as you can see here. So this is the first row. In the first row we are just going to create this chain with gaps, and in each gap we are going to crochet 1 petal, and then we are just going to roll it up to create the rose like this. So let us see how to do the base row for making the rose. So to start with, I'm going to do a slip knot. So place a slip knot on your hook like this. Now for the first row, for creating the gaps, I'm going to do chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now do a double crochet in the fourth chain from the hook. So this is the first gap. Just keep repeating the same pattern 11 times more till you have 12 such gaps, because we need 12 petals for our rose. So for doing the second one, again do 1, 2, 3 and 4 chains, and again do a double crochet in the fourth chain. This is the second gap. Keep repeating this till you have total 12 such gaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a double crochet in the fourth chain. Again 1, 2, 3, 4 and a double crochet in the fourth chain. Repeat this till you have a total of 12 gaps. So here I am done with the string of 12 gaps. So now we are going to start creating the petals. Petal, again you'll follow the same pattern for creating each petal. So to start with, I am going to flip this chain over so that this chain 4 comes on the top. Insert the hook in the gap, don't insert it in the chain, insert it in the gap and do a slip stitch. So that now we are ready to do our first petal. Now each petal will have the same pattern. So the pattern for the petal is chain 2 and 4 double crochets in the same gap. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then do chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same gap. So this is your first petal. For the second petal, again the same pattern, do a slip stitch in the next gap, chain 2, 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, again chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same gap. So just like this, keep repeating this a total of 12 times till you have a petal in each of these gaps. So I'm just repeating the pattern one more time. Slip stitch in the next gap, chain 2, 4 double crochets, chain 2 and slip stitch in the same gap. That is the pattern for the petal. Let me show you one more petal. So slip stitch in the next gap, chain 2, 4 double crochets in the same gap, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same gap. So keep repeating this till you have a total of 12 petals. So here I am done with all the 12 petals. Now you just need to cut off the thread, leaving a small tail, secure the end, and now I'm just going to tie 2 square knots on both these ends. We don't need to weave it in because we are going to glue it, so we can hide the ends. Now just cut them off, leaving a very small piece like around ½ inch. Now hold these ½ inch pieces with your thumb and the index finger, and the right side of the flower should be facing you, and just start rolling it. So here your rose is ready. Now you don't need to stitch it or anything, we are just going to directly glue it. So roll it, and same way make 2 more roses so that you have a total of 3 roses. Now next we'll see how to crochet this mini light pink flower. So let us see how to do that. For the mini pink flower, I'm going to start with a magic ring. So for doing a magic ring, wrap the yarn 2 times around your index finger like this. Insert the hook under both the loops. Gently remove the loops from your finger and place a slip stitch in the knot. Now your slip knot is ready. There are a number of different ways to do, not a slip knot, a magic ring is ready. There are multiple different ways of doing a magic ring. I like to do it this way. Whichever method you prefer, you can use that. So now for making the flower, we just need to make 5 petals. As you can see, this mini flower has 5 petals, so the petals are very easy to make, and again all the 5 petals follow the same pattern. So start with chain 2 and a double crochet in the magic ring, again chain 2 and a slip stitch in the magic ring. So your first petal is ready. Keep repeating this 5 more times and you'll have 4 more times till you have a total of 5 petals. I'll do it again. Chain 2, double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the magic ring. Again chain 2, a double crochet, chain 2, again a slip stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet, again chain 2 and a slip stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet, again chain 2 and a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, we have all the 5 petals. Now close the magic ring. Don't close it all the way through for now. Just cut off the thread, leaving a small tail. Secure the end. Now I'm going to pass this finishing tail from the center of the flower to the back. So insert the hook from the back to the front and pull this thread through. Now pull this thread tightly so that the magic ring closes all the way. Now your flower is ready. Now we don't need to weave in the ends or anything. Just tie a knot so that both the ends are secure and just cut it off, leaving very small tail so that it hides behind the flower. So here your flower is ready. Now for this frame you are going to need total of 6 mini flowers. So the flowers are ready. Now the last crocheted element for the heart is this leaf. So now let us see how to crochet the leaf. So for the leaf I am going to start with a slip knot. We are going to make the stem first. So the stem consists of 9 chains. So start with 9 chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now we'll start with the first leaf. So making the first leaflet, I'm going to do a double crochet in the third chain from the hook. So this is 1, 2 and 3. So do a double crochet in the third chain like this. Now do a picot. So for doing a picot, do chain 3. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch in this front loop of the previous double crochet and this vertical bar. There are a number of different ways to do a picot, so whichever method you prefer, you can use it. I prefer this way because it makes a nice, sturdy and neat picot. So with this slip stitch, the picot is complete. Now do one more double crochet in the same chain in which we did the last double crochet. Now do chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same chain as the previous double crochet stitch. So your first leaflet is ready. Now like this, for this particular leaf, we are going to need 7 such leaflets to complete the entire leaf. So for the second leaf, now do chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Again we are going to repeat the same pattern. We are going to do a double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Again picot. So for the picot, chain 3. And a slip stitch at the base of the chain 3. Again a double crochet in the same chain, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same chain. For the next leaflet, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 chains. And again we are going to do a leaflet in the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2 and 3. Double crochet, picot, another double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. Double crochet in the third chain, another picot, double crochet in the same chain, chain 2 and a slip stitch. So with this, the first half of our leaf is ready. We are done with one side of the leaf. Now for doing the other side, we are going to do slip stitches. So we'll start working on the other side of the chain. So we'll do slip stitches in 1, 2, 3 and 4 of these chains. Start with the first one slip stitch, 2, 3 and 4. Now we are going to make the leaflet here. So for the leaflet, do chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 chains and double crochet in the third chain from the hook. We'll repeat the same pattern for the leaflets as we did for the other side. Then again picot, then one more double crochet in the same chain, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Now we are going to skip this chain, the big chain in which we did the previous leaflet of the other side, and I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next chain here, and again we are going to do slip stitches in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4 of these chains. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again we'll do the leaflet here. So for the leaflet, do chain 3, double crochet in the third chain from the hook, picot, one more double crochet in the same chain, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same chain. Now again we are going to skip this big chain in which we did the previous leaflet of the other side, and we are going to do slip stitches in these 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we'll do one more leaflet. So 1, 2, 3 chains, double crochet, picot, another double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same chain. Again we'll skip this big chain from the previous leaflet, and we are going to do slip stitch in the next chain and keep doing slip stitches till the end. This will make the stem of the leaf. So here your leaflet is ready. Again just cut off the thread, leaving a small tail. Tie 2 square knots and then just cut it off, leaving very small portions. So for the frame we are going to need 3 leaves. So crochet 3 leaves. So with this, all the crocheted parts are ready. Now let us see how to assemble. Now for the assembly, we'll take the black sheet of paper on which we had already drawn the heart. I'll start with all the elements. So we have 3 roses, we have 6 small flowers, we have 3 leaves, and we'll also need these half pearls and the tweezers for this, and obviously the glue for gluing them together. So for the arrangement, we'll start with the rose. So I'll just place the rose here at the base, that is at the point of the heart. Place the leaf. Now this is just the arrangement that I made. You can experiment with it and do whatever changes you want to make with it. Place the roses again. We'll place both the roses here. Then do 3 small flowers. and the third, like this. Let us do these 3 flowers here. Now in the rest of this, I'm just going to put the pearl beads. So just like that, just keep placing the pearl beads all over these outline thing, and your heart will be ready. So just follow the video ahead and just start gluing all the pieces together. Once you're done with the gluing part, I'm just going to let it dry completely before we put this in the frame. So once it is completely dry, the glue will become transparent and it will become much neater than what it is looking right now. Because right now you can see the glue everywhere. So once it is nice and dry, we are just going to put it in the frame, and then your frame will be ready and you can flaunt your crochet skill. You can use it as a gift. You can give it to somebody. You can give it to somebody as a gift, or you can make it for yourself as a home decor for Valentine's Day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and do hit that notification button so that you do not miss out on any new video tutorial that I put out. So this is all from my side today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.